I was better. You know why I was better?
Was I hit where I need to?
No, I said it was better for me. Because I flexed flexed all of that. All right?
Hurt, didn't it?
The first one did. Give it to me again. I'm going into it. Don't check kicks. Checking kicks is for suckers. Do not check kicks, except for the times when you should check kicks. In this video, we're going to talk about when you should not check kicks, what you should do instead, and who might benefit the most from this sort of technique. One question I got recently that I never actually thought about, someone asked, do I want to kick their leg when it's heavy or when it's light? Because I've gotten different answers, and basically all I could come up with was yes. If he kicks my leg right as my weight's landing on it, that hurts. All right? If I don't have a lot of weight in it and he kicks it, that can hurt too. But there's a theory I have. I think it's more about what my intention is. Did I intentionally lift the weight off of it, or am I intentionally putting the weight on it? If he kicks, let's use an inside leg kick is probably the best example of this. He throws an inside leg kick, and I let it ride out. That takes some damage off of it, you know? It creates openings. There's problems with it. It's not a perfect solution, but it is a solution. But if he throws that kick, and I turn real hard into it and flex and put my weight on it, that helps too. So it's more about your intention. This method of checking a kick, I've heard it called a hard check. You might have different names for it, but basically we're gonna take our leg muscle and shift it and flex it like this right here, and when that kick comes, it's gonna bounce right off of that. It's a very similar concept. If I say punch me in the stomach and I'm relaxed, that hurts, but if I say punch me in the stomach, like that, that feels better. You're most susceptible to injury when you're out on the end of his kick. Right? Oh my God. Even light, that hurts. You hit right there, right on my leg muscle. When he throws this kick, I need to shift my weight forward and push that out. What that does, that creates a ramp. If he's coming in, especially if he's coming in at kind of a lazy angle, it'll make it slide up your leg. It can land on your hip. If you're not in shin guards and they hit your hip bone, yeah, that'll hurt you a little, but it'll hurt them a lot. But if they are kicking super low with this, and you step into that and stick that knee right in their shin, that hurts. And I'm braced. I don't have to, when we do this version, I have to kind of do like that a little bit. This one, I'm sitting into it. Oh man, let that ankle hit like that. When I'm sitting all my weight on this thing.
That shit would hurt.
Yes, it would hurt. If this is a body kick, don't do it. If you think it might be a body kick, shifting your weight forward into that body kick, even if you're blocking, right, is not really a great answer. It hurts more. But if you know it's going to be a leg kick, particularly a lazy one, we can shift that thing in and maybe even get it up into our hip. Now, what's the purpose of this? Is so we can disrupt him instead of just checking a kick, right, and then answering back. We're going to disrupt. We're going to interrupt. We're going to do a combo breaker. He's going to throw the kick. I'm going to flex, put my weight on here, and in this moment, I'm going to throw my biggest, meanest, hardest fastball pitch of a cross. All at the same time. Here comes the punch. Boom. Like that right there. Boom. Here's the cool thing about this. If my fist gets to his face before the kick, he loses a lot of power on his kick. If his kick gets to me before the punch does, I don't lose much power on my punch. If they land at the same time, this is a fair trade for me. I'll gladly give up this pawn to take out his king. That's a good analogy, isn't it?
Chess.
Yeah, chess, motherfucker. Now, I know I'm going to lose a lot of guys who are just here for self-defense stuff with this sport fighting stuff, but let me get something straight. The techniques that work in sport fighting work the same or better outside on concrete. You're just on a compressed timeline and you have other factors you have to consider. This technique of, leaning into the kick is ideal for self-defense. When he throws a kick, maybe I don't want to let me see what that's all about. And then he, boom, okay, all right, and we're feeling each other out. We don't have that kind of time. If he's kicked me once, especially, a lot of times I'll be in a good solid base. They kick you one time, right? And you're like, oh, okay, it's going to be that kind of fight, huh? You doing that kicking shit, huh? Oh, he's doing that kicking shit. So next time I see that hip move, boom! Falcon punch. So how to practice this is easy because we're just drilling a reaction. You know, a big dynamic, throw all your weight into a punch, that's a no-brainer. People come knowing how to do that. You got to train that out of them. To train this reaction, what we want to do is I want to give Nate a target, and when he sees my leg lift, right, he steps into that. Don't cock it first, just send it, right? Bingo! That's much stiffer, much harder. And you know that's how I like them. Bingo! So we do 5. I think that's 4. One more. Bang. 5. Now he's going to go. He's going to kick me. Bang. Now, if you're some kind of like Muay Taekwondo ninja and that you can check kicks and like answer back with like cool shit, more power to you. But if you have like maybe more confidence in your hands and they throw this kick and you don't want to come up off your base and address the kick that way, we can step hard into this too. Boom! And now we're loaded up for the rest of our stuff. Or if you're a wrestler, I throw this kick and he can use this to bridge that gap to get to this grabbing shit that these guys do. I was doing that grabbing. Ain't no grabbing. Ain't no grabbing.
Stand up and fight.
Let them up. Speaking of keeping your base, a lot of times when you have established, the threat of solid, punches and stuff like that, people try to kick you from far away with no setup. You can just check it. If he goes to just kick, right, and I just check it like that, that's cool. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I did say that at the beginning of the video. Anyway, if you need to move forward, you can, but we're going to bring our whole base with us like we're riding a skateboard, just like we did with our shoulder strikes, just like we did with our elbow strike like this. We're going to bring our whole self, keep your feet up under you. He goes to kick, and I'm going to step into it like that. I have to keep my feet down. Don't hop. If he throws a big kick, right, and I hop at it, I shouldn't have. If I have to explain to you why that's bad, unsubscribe. I don't want to deal with you in the comments, right? So, but if I want to keep my feet up under me and keep them solid, he throws that kick, I step into it with everything. This is kind of one of those like no half measure sort of things.
All or nothing.
Yeah, all the way in. Yeah. We're all the way out. We're gonna go all the way in.